So we have seen different type of currents: electrical current, heat current, diffusion current and water current. So water current was due to height difference, electrical current because of the potential difference, the diffusion current was due to concentration difference, and the last heat current was due to temperature difference between 2 points. So now let us see how the electric current is maintained in a wire or in a conductor. So in this chapter, current electricity, we are mainly concerned about the electric currents, and we are concerned about the basic laws for the steady electric currents. Now let us take a simple piece of wire. This is a piece of wire, a normal copper wire, and this has a circular cross section. This is a circular wire, and the area of this circular cross section is A. Okay, so now as you know that an atom has both positive and negative charges. Negative charge carriers are electrons and positive charges are your protons. So positive charge carriers are protons and negative charge carriers are electrons. Now I want to tell you something, that always these are electrons which are the charge carriers in metals. In some electrolytic solutions like NaCl, this is an electrolytic solution where charge carriers may be ions, but in this chapter we are concerned about conductors having charge carriers electrons. So we are basically concerned about metals. So this is not the case. We are mainly concerned about the electrons. So what will happen when the charge carriers are electrons? So let us understand few things. So when the charge carriers are electrons, you know that mass of electrons is quite low. So mass of proton or positive charge is about 1836 times of mass of electrons. That means electron is very light and proton is very heavy. So generally proton does not move. What moves is electron. So if electron is moving in positive direction, so the negative charge is moving in positive this direction, right side. So that means positive charge is moving in the negative direction. Always we take current to be the direction of the positive charge. If electrons are moving this side, that means towards the right, that means positive charge is moving towards left, because as soon as electron moves from left to right, this area becomes positive. So the current will be always in the direction of moving the positive charge. So these are some of the basic things you have to keep in mind, that direction of the current is always opposite to the direction of the movement of electron. Now let us see what is happening. This is a copper wire. So initially let us say we take a time interval t, very small time t. So if there are positive and negative charges both sides of this area, this is the area, and both sides there are positive and negative charges. So initially some positive charge will move from left to right to this area, and some some positive charges will move from this side right to left. That means some positive charges are moving left to right and some positive charges are moving right to left. And let q positive is the total positive charge that has been moved from left to right. Listen again, that this is some area A. So again you know that positive charges can be moved from left to right as well as right to left. We are assuming that total positive charge that has moved towards the right side is q positive. Similarly for negative charges can also move from this positives from this left to right as well as right to left. So now for negative charges, what will happen in case of negative charges? This is same area A. So negative charge is also moving from left side to right as well as right to left, and total negative charges which has moved from left to right are Q negative. So total charge move is Q, which is positive charge minus negative charge. This is the total charge move. Total charge move towards the right side in time t. Why this has become a problem? Because charges are two types, positive as well as negative. In other things, simply one thing is moving, either matter or heat, but charge has two types, positive and negative. So positive, so this was area, positive charges was moving from left to right as well as right to left in both direction, and we are assuming that this flow left to right is more, and this right to left is less. Hence total Q positive charges are moved from left to right. This is left, this is right. Similarly, there are more negative charges are moving from left to right, and less number of negative charges are moving from right to left. So total negative charge moved from left to right is Q negative. So let us see what is the charge difference on this side. So Q positive charge is there, but at the same time Q negative charge has also come there. So total charge here would be Q is equal to Q positive minus Q negative. This is the total charge difference. So here it is. And how much time? In t time. So what is the current? What is the rate at which charges has come here from left to right? Current is a rate of moving charges. So now in a given time interval t, Q positive be the net amount of forward minus backward of positive charges. So Q positive is the positive charges that has moved towards the right side, and Q negative will be the negative charges which has moved from net means this minus this, net number of negative charges which has moved towards the right side. So the net amount of charge flow across through the area in the forward direction. Let us take this right side is the forward direction. So how much amount of charge has been flowed in this forward direction? Q is equal to Q positive minus Q minus in time t. So this much amount of charge has flown towards the forward direction. So now what they are saying, this charge is proportional to the time interval. How? The more time will you give, the more charge will flow in the forward direction. So this charge is simply proportional to the time. If you give 5 minutes, let us say 5 coulomb charge is flown. If you take 10 minutes, 10 coulomb charge will be flowed from left to right. So simply what is the equation? Q is proportional to T, and this, let us put a constant here. Q is equal to I into T, and when you put it like this, Q by T is equal to I, current. So they have shown it with the capital I. So current I is equal to Q by T. So how the charge carriers are flowing with time, that is the current. So this is the current across the area. So current is simply flow of charges from one side to another side. Now this is for the steady current. For steady current, that means every time number of charge carriers is same. That means if time is 1 minute, 1 coulomb charge is going. If time is 2 minutes, 2 coulomb charge is going from one side to another side, from left to right. But currents are not always steady. That means it is not equal. There is not an equality. That means it is not necessary that in each minute 1 coulomb charge will flow. Let us say For a very small time, delta q charge flow from left to right in a very small time of delta t. In that time, the current will be equal to limit delta t tends to 0. That means in very small time, delta q by delta t. This is instantaneous current, or the actual formula of current is delta q by delta t. If we take these quantities to be very small, in very small time, infinitely small time, how much charge is transferred from one side to another side, that in that time, that is called current. Only thing is that why? Because it is not necessary that every time equal amount of charge transfer in equal amount of time. So we always take in a very small amount of time how much charge has been transferred from one side to another side. SI unit of current is ampere. Ampere. Ampere we show it by A. So this is about the electrical current.